we all subscribe. Yeah, we all subscribe.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into another episode of Monday Moanings. I am the Fat Rat Man. I am, of course, joined by my two amazing co-hosts, XP Chef and MEREMC. And today we are joined by Gunpowder, aka Louise. Welcome in.
Yay!
How's it going, guys? How is everybody?
All good.
All good? Yeah. I've got the week off work, so I'm happier than anything. I don't have to deal with people.
Right. Come round here bragging. Jesus Christ. You know what feels weird though, Ben? We didn't do a countdown.
Do you
It
want me
has
to
it
do
on
the
the
countdown?
screen.
Do you want me to do the
No,
countdown?
we don't need to do a countdown. It just felt weird. We just watched the numbers count down, but no one made any noise.
It's a bit like watching New Year's Eve on BBC, and you're like, yeah, and everyone's counting down, and BBC's like 10, 9, 8, and we're like, oh wait, we're already on one. Hang on a second.
Well, let's go to bed. It's all done
Strange you
now.
should say that. There's fireworks going on outside at the moment as we speak. So
There's fireworks near me as well. You like the same people. I could just hear them all the way to Blackpool.
yeah,
You know,
You know what, guys? You guys, because you have Halloween and then you have Guy Fawkes, whereas us over here in Dublin, we just have Halloween, so we just do we do it all on the one evening.
that's yeah. I
So
like
you don't
that.
have fireworks night.
Yeah.
I don't even care about Guy Fawkes. It's firework night to me. Yeah, meat and potato pie and fireworks. That's what.
I used to love it as a kid. Bonfire night. It used to be great. It's just sparklers and everything. That was amazing.
Yeah, you just give kids like burning
Oh,
light,
yeah.
whatever, thermite. Just there you go, a stick of thermite.
That, to be
Write
fair,
your
right?
name.
So when I was little, we used to have all those like scary TV commercials. Like if you pick up a used sparkler, it'll burn your hand. Stuff like that. And now they're giving kids it. This is what I think we're going to go into something now. They're giving it kids in carrots and potatoes so they don't hurt themselves.
Yeah.
That's a waste of a fucking vegetable. Go on.
Yeah, that's it. They stick them into things so as the kids can hold them properly, and it's like, there you go.
Yeah. Then,
Never
then when
mind
I
the
was
guys
little,
in front of you, just wave it at them.
when I was little, just put your gloves on, you'll be fine. The
Yeah,
gloves are on
yeah.
fire. Fuck. And we'd be hitting each other with it, like fucking come here, you little bastard. And no. What did you say to me in class before?
I know.
Right.
Yeah.
Before we get on too much, Louise, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, about your streaming and stuff?
Oh, okay. Let me see. So I jumped on TikTok a couple of years ago, and it was just basically seeing what everybody else was doing, posting up pictures of where I was, or if I was away and stuff. And then I got brave because I come across Robbo, and I was watching. I do like gaming and stuff, and I was watching him, and he was like, "Oh, you should go live. You should go live." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know." So I got brave one day, and I decided I would go live, but I was not gonna do my face. I was just gonna be out walking, and everyone's like, "Oh, where are you? What you doing? Where are you from?" And I'm like, "Hey, I've got now all these new friends wanting to know where I am and what I'm doing." I'm like, I feel kind of important now. And then I'd have people then who would message me after and go, "Oh, where are you going next time? Can we come next time?" And I'm like, "Okay, yeah, this is kind of cool." And then I just kind of just took off from there. So,
Oh.
and then I've made some, like I've made some really nice friends online. And then I come across a guy called Steven. If your guys are animal lovers, you should check him out. He had a rescue dog called Charlie. He's moved to Spain. His rescue dog passed away last June, but he got another rescue dog called Teddy, and his streams are all just about his life and Teddy.
Oh.
And the story that he got Teddy was just, it should be a movie, really. And then after that, then I come across another girl called Lady Di, and she's in the States, and she's from Boston. And then like that, she goes live in the morning, and in the afternoon she does cooking and stuff. But her daughter was actually coming over to the UK and to Dublin, but she was a bit confused as to what she was doing. And I said, "Do you know what?" I says, "Just sure, drop me a message of what she's doing, and I can help her out and stuff." And she'd come with me. They were it was like a road trip, but to do it in 10 days. So they were based in London when they were in the UK, but then when they were coming here, which was the 17th of, I think it was the 17th of September, but they only had, or they were going back to Boston on the 21st, and they had planned on doing Dublin, Cork, Donegal, Belfast, and back to Dublin. And I'm like, are you
4
guys not,
days.
like, are you guys not gonna sleep then? Are you just
I
gonna
know. Yeah, I know we're just two tiny little islands, but I've had people going to me. I met a lady when I was in Tunisia, not that way, but I met her and I got on with her, and she went, "If I come to England," I went, yeah. She went, "Do you think I can do from London up to Glasgow?" I went, "Number one, that's Britain, but we'll just, you know." But yeah, no, you can do. And she went, "In 3 days." I went, "No, we're tiny, but we're not that tiny. We've got a lot of history that you're going to go around and see." And it's just like, okay.
Mhm.
And she was like, "How long do you reckon?" I went, 2 weeks. She's like, "I can't afford to take that long off." I was like, "Well, I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know then. I can't suggest much more."
Yeah, no, this is what
Um,
these were like, "Oh, we wanna go," and they had, like, a list of stuff that they wanted to see, like, you could do all that if you just wanted to literally just zoom past them and stuff,
mm,
but they wanted
yeah,
to go
bye.
and see, yeah, like, they wanted to go and see, they wanted to do Dublin City Centre and all that kind of stuff. Fine, yeah, you can do that in a day. They wanted to go to Cork and do the Blarney Stone and some woolen mills, Cliffs of Moher. They were working their way all the way up to Donegal. They wanted to go see Titanic. I'm like, guys, I'm like, you can't do that in the, and they weren't like, they were arriving in here bright and early on the 17th, but they were also flying back early enough on the 21st. So
Mm,
like the going back on the Sunday wasn't going to be a thing. So I said, look, I says, I'll rejig your thing so as you get to see most of what you want to do. So I'd said like, well, and I said I wouldn't bother doing Belfast this trip. And they were like, oh, okay. I said, because you can fit more in. And so I'd sent them, they did Dublin when they were here the first couple of hours, and then they headed off towards Cork, got to Cork, and they landed at some festival. Then they went on up to Galway and they got to do some sheep herding and I think, did they do Killarney as well? But then they doubled back to us, and then we actually met up with them on the Saturday afternoon. And then so then we did a live for her mum sitting in a pub in Dublin. We were like, yeah, we were like, here we are having Guinness, but like,
I just want to go back to the part where you said they did sheep herding. I've never known a
Yeah.
tourist to come over and do sheep herding. I thought it'd be more of a Welsh thing, to be fair, because they're obsessed with their sheep.
they are, yeah.
We do have a video that Chef has thrown together for your channel. If you'd like to give it a watch.
I look pretty cool doing them. Some of that first clip was like ages ago, ages and ages ago.
Oh, I know.
If you went through, like, say, my clips, you'd see from the beginning to the end of the shine coming out my eyes, just like all the way through, just like that. I had hair when I started. I didn't. I don't think I've ever had hair. But yeah. Oh, so Louise, what is your topic for today?
So my topic is, we kind of touched on it a bit when we were talking about Halloween earlier, but just say the difference in the likes of, so I would have been like an 80s kid, and just what we would have got up to as kids, what we could do compared to what kids can't do nowadays, and how it's evolved, like simple things like
Yeah.
climbing a wall or climbing a tree or just being a kid.
We talked a lot about this in one of our lives once, didn't we? We're about conkers and bulldogs
Yeah.
and how they've been banned. Yeah. Like,
I
it's crazy and how much it's changed.
yeah, I think, and because now they want to, like, I have a big age gap. I've got my 2 older kids that are well in their 20s, and then my youngest lad is 14.
Mm.
And I see even a difference in, say, just their little generations. And I did really well up until he turned about 13. So last year, the year before, he was your typical 80s kid. He didn't care. He was out if it was muck, it was fun. If it was like making stuff out of clay, it was fun. If it was climbing walls, climbing trees. He I have a clip of him somewhere where he was about 4, and he he had he had broken his arm. That's another story. We were actually out in the sheep because my older son is a jockey, and he's based in Kildare on the Curragh race course. And on the Curragh race course, there are just sheep and lambs roaming around freely. Somebody obviously owns them, but they just have them out there. And my youngest son used to think that we could take one of these home with us. I'm like, oh no, you can't take him, buddy, you can't take him. But this particular day, he had broken his arm, so there wasn't a lot he could do, and he found, the roadwork cones, the orange and white ones that they put out. He'd found one of these, and where my daughter went to school, there was a big old chestnut tree and an acorn tree, and because he couldn't carry these because he broke his arm, he picked this big cone up, and he was going along, filling this up with these conkers and everything to drag him back, and he's only small, and this cone was the same age as him, and he was like dragging this up, and he's like, Mom, Mom, I've got them, I've got them. I'm like, what are you doing with them? But he goes, I'm bringing them home. And I'm like, for what? And he goes, to play conkers with. And I'm like, okay. Then I printed it out 40 of them. And I'm like, but when I'd said this to my other friends who had kids the same age, they're like, it's so dirty. Like, oh, what did he want to go picking them up for? Oh, there's probably like all poop. And I'm like, oh my God, stop, stop. Go and get some sanitizer wipes or whatever. Go bath your kids in some hand sanitizer or something.
Yeah, we did it all. 'Cause I was born in 1984. And so I grew up throughout the 80s and 90s and had all that sort of stuff of going out, getting dirty, jumping in lakes that you shouldn't jump into. Like, we came out looking like Swamp Thing, and there's like, get home and your mum's like, what have you done? You get upstairs now. Stuff like that. And we were stupid though. We would do absolutely stupid things. Like along Blackpool Seafront, there used to be a go-karting place and a boat, and it was boats and everything on there. And by it, there was big, massive, like man-made cliffs. And me and my brother and my friend decided to climb it one day, and my brother got halfway up and fell. We had no safety equipment. We were just like, oh, and he just landed on his back. He's like, oh, I was like, oh shit, my brother's dead. And I had to climb down as fast as I could to see. And he's like, he stood back up and went, is that how you got down before? I was like, no, no.
You're not supposed to fall.
Just climb back down.
Yeah, like what are you doing down there? You're not meant to be down there.
I'm surprised we lived. I am surprised any of us survived anything we did back then. Like we had 2 big Labradors. My brother decided to tie them to the same brother tied them to his skateboard and let them pull him along whilst he was stood on it. And he just went flying. So whee! I was like, yeah, that's not what you're supposed to do, but that was funny. Yeah.
It's like lots of things. Like, I'm not I was never your typical girly girl. So all my friends were all lads. So I had a BMX. Some of them had rally burners. I don't think you had rally burners over in England. Rally burners.
I don't remember them though.
Yeah, they had the mag wheels in them, and they were usually blue and yellow and stuff.
Okay.
But like we never had brakes on our bikes. We used to use the side of our shoe on the back.
Yeah, that's
wheel.
what we did. Yeah, we never used to. If you're using your brakes, you're a loser. Like, you had like burn marks in the bottom, the side of your shoe because you'd been using that all the time.
Yeah.
And one day I thought it'd be clever to put my foot on the front. No, like using the front. Yeah, that was stupid.
No, that was a big mistake. Yeah.
So,
I
like,
mean,
did you never used to get like a plastic bottle with like what worked best were the little drinks, like the little carton, the plastic carton drinks with the straws. Sticking it in your back
Calypso.
tire. Yeah, Calypso. Sticking it in your back tire to make like the
Sound
motorbike
like a
noise when you
motorbike,
push
yeah.
right.
Yeah, no, we didn't do that. We used to get a clothes peg and get like a card out of a deck of cards
Oh yeah,
because they're
okay.
plastic coated, so they double them up, and if you had one on front and one on the back, like you had it was like you had a what was it like a Suzuki GSX-R 750, like it was
It was like, what was spooky dokies? Do you remember them little plastic things you put on the spokes, and when you were cycling, they go up and down, like, and you'd hear someone coming. My friend had, I don't know where we got more from, hundreds on his bike. You hear him going down the street, like, yeah, like, and he's like, oh, Matthew's coming.
They were just like little round plastic things you just
Yeah.
snapped onto your spokes.
Absolute piece of shit,
I had
plastic
some of them.
waste, but they were great. You had Kellogg's. He was giving them away. You know, back when they used to do toys in the cereal.
cereal boxes.
Yeah, and now they're like, they say it's for health and safety. They don't do it anymore, but it's not. It's because they're cheap bastards and don't want to give anything away anymore. Oh, kids might eat it. I'm sorry, but if we were going to eat it, we would have done it in the 80s. So fuck off. You know. But
Someone
no,
has though. That's the reason why. Because some thick bastard will have eaten the toy.
I'm sorry,
That's the
if
reason
they're getting
why.
that toy in the cereal and it's in a little plastic bag, isn't it? If they open that up and started chomping on that toy, they deserve it. They deserve to go into hospital and get it removed
They're
because they're
just fucking
fucking fit.
stupid.
Yeah. They would have been sat at the thick table with me going, all right, man, how are you doing? I ate a toy this morning. Fucking idiots.
They used to not have them in the plastic bag though. They used to just have them in the box. And
Yeah.
they did over here. And
Yeah.
then I think they
Yeah.
realised then that people, well, if you were like me, you'd go, I'm just going to open the bottom of that box and that toy's going to fall out because I don't actually really like Cocoa Pops, but I want the toy that's in there. So
How great was it, though, when you were pouring out and it would fall into your cereal bowl?
Mm.
Like, oh my God, I got it. My mum used to set it up so it would fall into one of ours. So it would fall into mine one time, fall into my brother's other time. And we were, oh yeah. And then we realised that she was just setting it up, like getting it out, putting it on the top, and go, oh, pour it out. Yay! I'm still happy with it,
that's your
though.
mum making sure there's no arguments. That's what that is.
Oh,
That's
there
a
was
clever
always
mum.
arguments. If he got a toy that I needed in that collection, then there was fights. It was like, that's mine. No, it came in mine.
Yeah, so he didn't fall off the cliff. That was one of the mornings that he got the toy, wasn't it?
Oh, shit, fuck off.
Long live the king.
That's why I hate Lion King. It brings back bad memories.
There's a whole bunch of stuff. It's like I said, my youngest son, always out doing stuff, always really outdoorsy and stuff. We were he was in his uncle's a couple of years ago, and my uncle has his uncle has a back wall. It's whatever it is, 8 foot in his backyard, but on the far side, it's about a 2 foot drop maybe. And my son would be there, and he'd be like trying to look over, and his uncle said to him, he goes, "Why don't you try climbing the wall?" And he's like, "Huh?" He goes, "Why don't you try climbing the wall?" And the way it's set up, because my uncle's house was actually his house when he was a kid, so it is actually set up that if you're savvy enough, you can actually kind of weave your way up the wall. It's got bricks out and stuff. And he's like, "Oh, I don't know. And he goes, "Go on." He says, "I'll give you €5 if you can climb the wall." And he went, "Oh yeah." And he goes, yeah. And he's there and he's halfway up and he keeps looking back. And you can tell by looking at him that he's like delighted that he's halfway up.
Yeah.
And eventually he waved his way up to the top and he's like, "Oh, he's standing up." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm at the top of the wall." And it's like, "All right." And he goes, "How are you going to get back down?" Then well, I don't know. And he goes, "See," he says, "that's the difference." He says, if it was your mother or me or any of the kids in our generation, we'd have known, well, if that's the way you get up, that's the way you're going to get back down again. But there was, again, say it to other people who have kids, and he probably would have been about 8, 9 then. And I'd said to him, I said, "Why don't you go into school?" And I said, ask your friends how many of them can climb a brick wall. And he was like, I think there was 2 out of the whole class climb a tree. How can you
Oh, I
climb a
love
tree?
climbing trees. Oh, they were great to climb. Like, I'd always stand on the one stick that couldn't hold anyone up. Though. I was like, oh, then it's fucking hell. So
Oh,
I was just stupid though. So
We're making
see,
rope.
we had a saying over here: a dirty kid is a happy kid, and that
yeah,
was the way we were. You know, if you were out playing and you came in clean, it was like, well, what did you get? Obviously nothing, because you've gone out in the same condition as you've come back in, like.
yeah,
Or just even playing street football or top trumps,
yeah.
sitting in someone's porchway on the doorstep, having everyone step over you because you're doing your swaps.
Hear the laughs, feel the chat, stories spinning, imagine that. Life games and a little sass, quacks and chats of Bearded Steve podcasts, podcasts, podcasts. Bearded Steve podcasts, podcasts, podcasts.
We were, to be fair, we did all this fun stuff, but then we did stupid stuff. Like I'd go to people's houses I didn't even know. I'd go like, oh, this is my mate Kevin. Do you want? And he was like, do you want to come to my house? I was like, yeah, sure. I'd be gone all day. My parents didn't fucking ask where I was because they couldn't phone me or anything. It could have been some psycho murderer's house, and I would never be seen again. But I survived, you know. Especially back in the 80s, they were fucking mental back then. All those people.
Yeah, I think we were a bit too trusting, weren't we? Because that's what, like,
Mm,
he's friend of somebody, like you said, like, oh, my friend Kevin's friend Simon wants to do whatever. Like, oh, okay. CBs were a thing. CB radios were a thing as well. If any of my friends' dads had a CB radio and it was like, oh, do you want to come to my house and go on the CB? I'm like, oh, okay. Arrive home 2 days later. Where have you been? Well, so and so, so and so, so and so. I was there, and my dad'd be like, well, you don't even know them. I'm like, yeah, but I know. But I'm back now. I'm okay. I'm back, and they fed me. They fed me too.
we would get phone calls at least once a month asking where one of my friends was. Is David at yours? Like, no, I've not seen him all day. Is Stephen at yours? No. It's like, no, I've not seen him. This is a point where I was becoming antisocial. Everyone was just like, I can't be bothered. Just like, I just ended up sitting in my room on the PlayStation in the end because everyone was just going everywhere else, and I was getting into trouble for it. And I was like, I can't be bothered getting into trouble with you guys now. I'm just going to sit and get into trouble on PlayStation.
But
Because we were going
used
into
to be a thing as well, because you'd have to give them your, like, all the parents would ring all the parents to see where everybody was, wasn't it? Like, and now, God, like, now if you're asking a parent where somebody, I don't know, I find, I don't know, maybe it's just me because I said I was an 80s kid, but I find over here the parents don't seem to give a fuck where the kids are. They have a curfew. It used to be when the street lights are out. I'm like, well, now the curfew is 8 o'clock. Well, at 8 o'clock it's pitch dark, and where I live, there's a lot of fields and stuff, and it's like, nah, that doesn't quite cut it for me. Like, and I find that as a knock-on effect then to, say, my own kid situation, because he wants to be good,
yeah.
but we watched a program called Adolescence there a little while ago. I don't know whether you've seen it.
I think I've heard about that one. So, yeah, the girl goes missing or something. Yeah.
The guy Stephen Graham is in it, and that young actor, I can't remember what his name is now. He's never done acting in his life. That was his first role, but it was just a
Yeah.
phenomenal series, and it touched on a lot of stuff. But as I've said to a lot of my friends, I'm actually living that series, because my youngest isn't your typical 14-year-old. He wants to be good in school. He wants to be a rugby player. He's just signed up for a big team, and he's a year ahead in school of all his friends, and all they do is just grind him all the time. Oh, what do you want to do well in school for? What do you want to go out playing rugby for?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you want to eat healthy for? What do you want? Why haven't you got a girlfriend? You're 14, and I'm like, stop, man.
Yeah.
Just, like,
See, I did absolute dog shit in school because I was thick as fuck. But I got the whole thing of, why haven't you got a girlfriend yet? Because I can't be arsed with them. I've always been like that. If I've had a girlfriend, and I've been like, yeah, okay, it's cool. I've been a lot different than that. I'm not just being like, but like even now, even growing up into my 20s and stuff, you get stuff like that. It doesn't change. It's like, do you know the song "High School Never Ends"? It's just that. It's just all that all the time, you know. But yeah, no. Doing the rugby and stuff like that, I'm going to say, keep on, man. Let them keep on with it. You know, so people shouldn't be doing that. But we got that all the way through school. Well, why do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Why do you want to do that? You know, I was sat in the computer room at school most of the time. Why are you sat on the computer all the time? You know, it is because I like doing it. What's it to do? You know?
Yeah, I think as well, say when I was a kid, once you were out and you were happy, I don't think there was the pressure to be like you didn't have to be the same as everybody else. You
Yeah,
definitely didn't have to dress the same. You were your own person, and if your group of friends were you were all just friends. You didn't all live in each other's pockets. You certainly didn't know what everybody was doing at every hour of the
yeah,
day. And now, because of phones, everything's on Snapchat. Where are you going? What are you doing? What time will you be there? Bring this. Who else is going? Why aren't? It's like, oh my God! If you didn't have a phone, how would you even communicate?
yep,
That-
yep.
You know, if I wanted to go and meet my friends, I would have to go and knock on their door and be like, "Hey, whoever, are you coming out today?" "No, I'm
Yeah,
grounded." "Oh, all right, and catch you later." Not
yeah,
not to the next one and not to the next one until eventually somebody would come out to play and stuff. But now it's all on media. It's all
yeah. It's See, the social media connectivity thing is great. You know, you're always connected to people. You can get hold of them when you need them. You make sure they're all right all the time. But at a certain age, it should be sort of like you need to turn off now. Like my nephew and niece have now got a curfew for their tablets, which I think I needed for my PlayStation when I was a kid because I was on it all the time. You know, um, but it does sort of like it gets a bit too like, I'm not going to knock the kids of today because I know everything changes and evolves. When we were growing up in the 80s, our parents grew up in the 60s. They would have done a lot of different things. They were out beating the crap out of each other even worse than we were. You know, it just sort of it goes from there. You learn from the last generation to go on to the next generation and raise your kids a certain way and keep the good parts of yours and try and make it
yeah,
better for
yeah, yeah.
them. But we definitely had better childhoods. We had a lot better things. Saturday morning TV, stuff like that was amazing. You get up watching Gargoyles and stuff like that was just great, you know. Batman the animated series and everything was just amazing. I had a very gothic childhood. Can you see why I turned into a metalhead?
Hey, there's nothing wrong with being a metalhead.
No, absolutely nothing.
When you used to have MTV and you'd have Alice Cooper and you'd be like, look at him, he's amazing. And then my mother used to turn around and go, "Oh, he was out when I was a kid." And I'm like, don't be silly. How can he even still be alive? Look, you're so old, Mum.
So, because Chef and Emmy are quite a bit younger than us,
We're
wouldn't
90s
your
babies.
childhood's been? You were 90s babies, yeah, wouldn't
90s
you?
babies.
I was going to say you're a bit
Yeah,
younger. What, you're
no.
9 years younger than me.
Yeah, you old bastard. But like, we didn't have any different of a childhood.
No,
Like,
was
literally.
it? I was going to say, was it any different? Like, because I still remember Saturday morning TV and stuff throughout the 90s.
Yeah, but
like,
my Saturday morning TV was Pokemon and Cartoon Network, Dexter's Laboratory, and
when you said Pokemon, I thought I thought you said porn. So why is he watching that on a Saturday
What?
morning? I don't know. My brain went there. Leave me alone.
No, that's adult Saturday morning. Sorry.
Oh,
That's late Friday, early Saturday morning viewing. Not that
I
I
mean,
did. I'm just like
oh,
what I
right.
was told.
yeah. So I don't think it changed much up until the late 2000s when
When
all the
these-
technology, when the smart technology came in, and obviously kids were seeing their parents with it all, with their I don't know why I've got a pen. Okay, right. Where the kids were seeing it all with the tablets and the phones, and you're like, I want that. I want this, and I want that. Because obviously, I saw, like, say, my dad with his big TVs and his whatnots, his camcorders, and I was like, I want all this, and I want this, and and then I ended up having camcorders, and I've got VHSs somewhere with all my old crap that I recorded with me and my brother doing stupid stuff. You know,
Pretty cool.
We got it somewhere. I'm going to convert it onto DVD one day when I can be bothered. When my ADHD lets me. But you know, the kids of today are copying off of us. They're going, I want this and I want that. So we've started this generation down a long path that we can't go back from now.
It's like
You know?
the guys were saying, like, being 90s babies. So my two older kids, they are 90s babies.
Mhm.
And my eldest son, like, that was Pokemon in the morning, Pokemon before school, eating his cereal, home in the afternoon, Pokemon. He would have collected all the Pokemon cards when they came out then. Digimon was another thing. Yu-Gi-Oh!
Strangely enough, I didn't get into Yu-Gi-Oh until I was like late teens. But yeah, no, Pokemon. That's yeah. I've still got a bag. I mean, a bag full of my old cards somewhere.
You should
And a
check them
folder.
out, pal. They're worth some money now.
Yeah.
I ain't got any of the
I
special
know,
ones.
I feel stupid now. I collected them all before as well. And I was like, oh God, I wonder how many of them were first edition.
Yeah.
No,
I
they're
always
not.
remember like news articles of some kids selling one for $5,000 and stuff like that. I was like, I want $5,000. I want to buy these. I bought one packet. They were shit. I'm not doing that again. Again, gone back to work. But now they were so with the Pokemon though. Like I watched a few episodes, and I found the games to be a lot better for me. Like why Ash was whiny, but I hated him. And I preferred Brock. Brock was way better. Even if he did try and be a ladies' man and wasn't, sort of just a bit, ended up being a bit more creepy than anything. But yeah, even that with cartoons. So we had Johnny Bravo, who was a creep anyway.
Yeah.
He was mental. We had Dexter's Lab, which Chef mentioned. It was just amazing. I remember when that first came out. We had what else did we have? Ed, and Eddie was great.
Next door, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
See, this is when I was getting a bit older, so I was at work and stuff. So my little brothers were watching it, but I was like, "Oh, I've got to go to work now. I want to stay home and watch cartoons, though." Because I'm the oldest of 5, so I was 1984. My brother was 87. It goes up to 1997, so there's quite a bit of an age gap between me and the youngest. Yeah. So we all had the same childhood, but different at the same time.
I mean, you're the same age as my brother. I've only got one brother, and he's older than me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a bit of a gap as well, isn't it? 9 years, yeah.
Yeah, his childhood was different. His childhood sounds like your childhood. My childhood sounds like Louise's child's childhood.
But I do. You okay? It's like you're about to sneeze. Then
no, I said, but you said but, so I said but
okay.
But.
The one thing that brings us all together is hatred for the new generation, though.
Yep.
Come on with your shit memes. Like, I took my nephews out the other day. They're only 6. And they kept going 6, 7, 6, 7, and giggling to themselves.
6, 7. Skibbity
What
toilet.
the fuck? It's like, what are you on about? 6, 7. Well, at that age, well, no, say a little bit older, I was laughing at 69, like going, and I still do. Like,
I know what 6, 7 means today.
I don't know. They just kept saying it.
Yeah, I know what it means.
What does it mean?
It means whatever.
Abbreviation of HO. So they're calling you a hoe.
6, 6, 7 is whatever.
6, 7.
Okay. I don't. Yeah.
6, 7 was invented to confuse people who don't understand.
Yeah, that's me. Like, it's not that I don't understand. I will if I Google it.
No,
I just don't care enough. It's just like, like, I care enough to get confused by it, but I don't care enough to Google it because that's the knowledge I don't need. I barely
get perpetually
get any room
off
there anyway, so I don't need to bugger it up with 6, 7 and all that.
Yeah, and see what really bugs them is if you come back at them and be like, because there's I think it's 1, 2, 2 or something like that, and that's basically like back at you kind of thing. So if they're like 6, 7, you're going 1, 2, 2, and they're like, how do you know? How do you know?
oh, fucking hell, the next generation's just going to be speaking in binary, for fuck's
That's what I
sake.
was just thinking. 1001110. Did you just call me a 100110?
No, it was a 01000111.
It's crazy. Like, these memes will pass. We'll get it like January. We'll have a new meme. I don't know, lobsters or something stupid like that.
At least our memes back in our days, a little bit more tasty.
Oh, they were great. Like, it's
Badger,
in
badger,
meal.
badger, 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 badger,
Badger, badger, mushroom. But I think because, like, obviously I'm getting left behind because the generations are moving so fast. My generation's there now, like,
Bye,
and I
Ben.
don't like it. And yeah, bye. Like,
Bye, Ben.
like when I was streaming on TikTok once, someone came in and talking about a high fade. I was like, are you talking about transitioning? Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's shoe. No, is it hair or shoes?
It's hair. I was like,
Fuck's
so I
sake.
had to Google it, and I went to him. At what point do you think I know about fucking haircuts, mate? Come on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all fairness-
is just a different league as well because as a friend of mine who's a hairdresser was saying, like, you know, you get the old guys coming in saying, "Oh, I'll just have a skin fade," and it's like it's just a short back and sides, dude.
Like, mullets are back, aren't they? Everyone's having them. People, like, fucking loads of kids have got mullets.
I have a dead funny story about that. My youngest never had his hair cut, but he'd always have so from when he was like 2, we'd always have the side short and the top, but he'd always have length in the back, and his mullet was so long that it was down between his shoulder blades when he was like 7.
Mm.
And even in school, everywhere we went, they'd be like, oh man, like you've got a mullet. And he'd be like, it's just my hair. And then as he got older, he started noticing like a lot of his friends were starting to copy him and stuff because when he hit about 10, we kind of brought it up a bit. And now that everybody's had it, he's had his cut off. And I'm like, why did you do that?
He should have gone from one extreme to the other. He should have got a fucking mohawk or something. See if everyone copied him then.
But
Yeah.
even he's this is what I was saying, like he's kind of stuck. I think he's kind of stuck in a generation bubble somewhere because he's not like your typical lad. He's very up until about a year ago, but like we make communion over here and stuff, and for his communion, because he was mad into all like the Viking series and is it Last Kingdom and all that sort of stuff. And we have family up in Shetland, so they're all into all that stuff as well. And for his communion, he decided at the tender age of, well, we got stuck with COVID, so he should have been 7, but he was 9. He actually wore a full-on kilt. So he had the socks, the brogues, the skirt, the Brian Brew jacket, and because he had his mullet, everyone was like, they were like, "Oh, don't you mind wearing a skirt?" And he's like, "It's not a skirt, it's a kilt, and it takes a real man to pull a kilt off." And I'm like, "You're 9, dude."
Yeah, it does, doesn't it,
Sure.
Chef?
But yeah, no, but that's when that's when he really didn't care. He was his own person and stuff. And then I started to notice once he hit 12, then it was like influence being,
Yeah.
you know, let's all wear a grey tracksuit and let's all wear our hoods up and let's wear Monterex tracksuits.
Yeah.
What about all the other tracksuits you have? Oh no, all my friends are wearing these. And then something bad happens and you'll find it on Facebook and it'll be like, there's a group of lads throwing stones at cars and the description is grey tracksuit, hoods up and Nike trainers. And it's like, that's every child.
Every child, they can't describe them. Just go and arrest them all. Get them.
Yeah, they're all 5'2" wearing grey tracksuits with hoodies and stuff. It's like, that's all of them.
Have you noticed one thing as well? And this is going to be weird coming from me because I'm 6'4" myself, but kids are getting fucking taller. They're all fucking giants these days. Like, why? I have them coming into work 17, towering above me. I'm like, all right, mate, how you doing? And, you know, since I calm down. You don't need to be that tall. It might be fashion or something. You know, genetics now is just everyone's just going to be a giant. Give it 20 years time, we'll all be other than ourselves, we'll be 7 foot tall or something.
Yeah, I know that's quite scary. But they all, they all want to be tall. Like my lad would be average
Mhm,
height for his age, and he's like, oh, like he's about 5'3", 5'4".
mhm.
But he's like, oh, when will I be taller? Well, what height do you want to be? Oh, well, I'd like to be about 6 foot. And I'm like, well, sorry, I didn't put that in the criteria when I was saying what I was.
Have some stilts.
Oy.
Stilts, that was a childhood thing I used to do. I might have been weird, but I had stilts, me. You ever played with stilts?
No
We're not
way.
allowed them anymore.
Love stilts.
I didn't need to.
And a pogo stick. Pogo sticks.
Nice.
I couldn't do pogo sticks.
Could you not do it?
I'm so
No.
fucking uncoordinated. I fell off them all the time. Oh.
No, I couldn't do pogo stick, but we could get them. Did you guys have and we should have all come across these because they actually made a comeback in the 90s as well. Like a Lola ball where it had a fat ball on the bottom and a skinny ball on the top and had a piece of plastic in
Yeah,
the middle.
you stand on it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. They were.
they
Yeah,
used to be called Lola balls, and then I think they call them balance balls or something.
yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't do them.
I could do them. I couldn't
You
do the
could-
pogo stick. And we used to. And we used to have races and stuff to the shop on them to see if we could just actually like move on them and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was fun as well. But as I said, they made a big I think they made a comeback twice or three times because we picked one of them up in the late after around about 2014 I think they made a comeback, but they were back in the 80s, in the 90s as well, and then
Yeah.
in the 80s as well. So that was fun. But even for your regular bike now, you have to have those electric, what are they, electric bikes or something for the kids, or those electric scooters, which I hate. That's my passion. They drive me mad.
See, we can't over here. They've been made illegal. You can't just have an electric bike over here now.
You're not
No.
supposed to have them. You're supposed to be 16 to have one over here.
Aye.
Supposed to be.
Mm,
Like
Yeah.
for certain ones over here, so you can get like a brand called Sauron if you want to sponsor a Sauron. But like because they can go quite fast, yeah, you have to have like a CBT, like a motorbike provisional license and stuff like that. Yeah.
As
Oh,
a
wow.
Lord of the Rings fan, I really don't want to be sponsored by someone called Sauron. He might take over as in like
One ring to rule them all. Sorry.
Well, okay. So we have touched on what we used to do as kids and what the kids now do. We've spoke about it. We've moaned and groaned a lot. Certainly moaned. I love a good moan. You know I do. But Louise, is there anyone you would like to see on a future episode of Monday Moanings?
Yeah, I would like. I was talking about the woman that I met from the States, Lady Di.
Lady Di, yeah.
She is a character in herself, and I would imagine she would have quite a lot of stuff to moan
Yeah.
about if you give her the
Okay.
opportunity to.
Okay, yeah, that's cool, yeah. Yeah, if you have anyone else, you're more than welcome to give them a shout out as well. You can do. We don't mind. Gives us a list of people we can contact and get more episodes on as well.
More.
Ah!
More.
I don't know who you've actually had on. I would imagine, like, obviously you guys know Skatey as well. I would imagine Skatey would have a.
We could try Skatey.
Skatey.
Yes, we could try
Yeah.
Skatey. Obviously, we've had Robbo twice now on our Halloween special that came out this week. Or last year to this one that's going to be on in the second week in January.
Don't confuse the audience.
Don't confuse
Ben.
everyone. Why is Halloween out this week? It's January. But yeah, no, thank you for coming on, Louise. It's been amazing.
Thank you for having me.
That's all right.
If you ever get bored, you can give me a shout again. I can research some more stuff to
I was
moan
going to say,
about.
if we ever make our way over to Ireland, we'll come and have a pint of Guinness with you. And
Really want to go to Ireland.
herd some
It's on my
sheep. I
list.
want to herd sheep now. I
Yeah,
really
no,
don't- I don't know.
absolutely. If you guys wanted to pop over, we could definitely have some fun. Yeah.
It's like herding sheep live would be funny because you would see me fucking up so much. Going, come back, you bastard! This way, come on!
You'd be heard by the sheep, mate. They'd be like,
I'd
just
become
see you
one of
running
them.
away.
I'd become one of them. I'd be like, I'm living here
And
now.
one with the sheep.
That'd be right. Yeah, you'd end up in the pen and the sheep would all be still running around. It'd be like, no, that's not the way it works. You got to come out of the pen
That's-
and you put them in the pen.
Well, that's a legendary sheep man. He lives with the sheep now. They say he came over from England, but we don't know. We don't really know.
Oh, if you get that Grinch costume, mate. Grinch herding sheep. Ah, rah, rah, rah.
Get back in this. All right, and guys, thank you very much for coming along. Everyone, thank you for listening in. It has been amazing. We are off now to a quick meeting, but we will see you all next week for another episode of Monday Moanings.
Sweet.
Bye.
Been a
Bye,
pleasure. See you
guys.
later,
Thank
guys.
you,
Bye.
Louise.
Nice to meet
Bye.
you.
Monday mornings, wake up, let's go. TikTok's buzzing, it's the best show. Laughs and caffeine, that's the vibe. Grumpus growls and we all subscribe.